Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a trailer I was not expecting for Enchanted 2, Enchant Harder.
Yes.
It's called Disenchanted. It's going to Disney Plus, which surprises me because we got word that the original cast is all going to be here. I'm like, why is this not in the theaters then?
Serious.
But John, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
What in God's name are you possibly doing?
I am embarrassing us both.
Ladies and gentlemen, leave a like. The first Enchanted is amazing. Amazing movie. So let's just see what this trailer is.
I know that change can be scary, but it can also be exciting.
If I learned anything from meeting a princess on a billboard, is that sometimes you just have to take a leap.
Let's start our new life.
Okay.
Pretty soon, this whole place will
Monroeville.
feel like home, you'll see. It's all part of the adventure.
That's not an adventure, that's a landfill.
A land filled with adventure. Nancy Edwards!
Edward's back!
Oh, it's what they call a fixer-upper.
Yes, once your peasants have dug out the moat and added a turret and a balcony from which you can sing. I see it now.
Okay. Malvina, Monroe. I would have
Maya
told you
Rudolph.
myself, but I deal in slightly more upscale homes.
In Andalasia, the hardest part of life is finding your happily ever after. This world's very different.
If this world is not to your liking, then you must change it.
I wish.
What are you going to do?
Gonna bring a little Andalasia here.
I wish.
Jumping jelly
Pep,
stick.
pep, the
How
chipmunk.
am I talking?
He's talking, yeah.
I wished for a fairy tale life, and it's all gone terribly wrong. Or terribly right.
Little both.
At the last stroke of 12, nothing will be as it was before.
Stepmother!
Whoa. We're going dark.
Damn.
What have you done?
No.
Oh, damn.
That's wicked.
Wicked good.
She's so good at that.
I know.
I did not think I'd be saying this, but I got a case of the nipple chills.
Oh, wow.
That was chilling.
Your heart is warm, but your
you can
nips
see
are
it through
chilly.
a white shirt for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't even need to do a touch test.
That looks great.
It looks
Like-
lovely.
Like, I mean, you know, the last one was, it was so much more like exploring New York City and such. And this is much more of an isolated location.
Yes.
But of course, there's still going to be some adventure to explore as you're seeing, you're hopping in between, you know, what is that place?
Andalasia.
Andalasia.
Yeah.
And as you see that they will probably hop between them, but it's going to be taking more of like a Cinderella riff this time around, a
Yeah.
stepmother riff.
Yeah, it feels like it.
But yeah, I mean, what's cool about this, because they're calling it Disenchanted, is that first movie ends, you know, as you'd expect, a happily ever after type of ending, and then it's picking up with these characters, you know, however many years later, showing it hasn't exactly been like their romance in the family, like the main core of them has been loving and full of high spirits. But the life there has not been as happily ever after. So then there's such that theme of learning about the real world and adulthood, factoring back into the Giselle character, and then being a parent as well, and watching how that influence takes hold in the suburbia lifestyle. I don't know. I was actually like really surprised by how well it actually looked, and everyone just slips back into their role so well, despite the fact that you're like more aware of their age. They seem like they're just doing a great, like Amy Adams just freaking like nailing
Oh,
it.
dude,
As always,
she's
and
always
James
on top of
Marsden just freaking like bam. It's awesome. There's something that is really exciting. And did it seem like it was just nostalgia heavy trailer too? Like it was really moving the story forward.
Yeah, well, it harkened to a lot of, you know, Disney things as the first Enchanted does. It plays on your knowledge of all the tropes and all the imagery and the iconography, but I thought that this was like a really conscientious follow-up because, yeah, like, you know, you have that happily ever after big sweeping ending, but what happens when you are living in a place that isn't quite suited to you and that is sort of a grueling workaday
Right.
world? And so, yeah, this need to remove yourself and to go out to the country and to bring a little bit of home, to our Earth in this case, but yeah, bring a little bit of your home to this new place that you're transplanted to. Like, it does look like a genuine story to tell, and then you can have all the fun on top of that. And two, I love the blending of, you have the CG creations, and you have things like that scroll that's talking to her, like those whimsical, magical Disney things, but you also have some of that 2D splash as well. With Prince Edward at one point, which I hope becomes like a full-on sequence or something,
Sure,
because
yeah.
I think one thing that Enchanted is really great at is not only deconstructing the Disney tropes, but also celebrating the tradition of that kind of, very grand and beautiful, sort of opulent story. About timeless romance and stuff like that. But also, too, I imagine there's a lot to say about how much work it is to maintain that romance, even as well as, just a life that you can feel at home in and feel, enchanted by.
Yeah, they're going to get things kinky up in Disenchanted, man.
She's going to, trade her ball gown in for something latex.
Well, like that last one, if I recall correctly, because it's been a very, very, very long time since I've seen Enchanted. I just remember really being surprised by how much I enjoyed it. That one didn't seem. I don't remember the trailers leaning into the darkness that the movie could actually do. Like, there is a fun darkness to be had here, especially with mix, because it could have just been Amy Adams, Giselle doing that like funny, like she has that line in there about something about the home, and it was a funny line.
The landfill.
The landfill.
It's a landfill. No, it's a land filled with enchantment.
yeah. And I thought like the trailer would just be a lot more of those jokes, but to see Amy Adams, Giselle get a chance to do a darker side of it, I think is great. And the addition of Maya Rudolph, I think, is excellent.
Yes.
I wish they didn't reveal.
I know.
I wish it didn't show like, oh, damn, she actually has some type of magical connection to some evil woman. Because I think they could have alluded or hinted at better, but I would have liked to have let that just kind of, unless the movie clues you in right away, then they haven't spoiled anything.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then I'm like, it's kind of a bummer that they would show that. But again, the production design looks excellent. I'm excited for the musical numbers. I'm excited for this cast to return. And overall, just this actually looks like a genuinely great time. And I like that it doesn't feel like, remember the last one?
Yeah.
It's an actual story. And if I recall, like, Pip makes a comment here about how is he actually talking, because that was part of the joke with the first one. Is that when Pip comes to the real world, he can't speak.
Yeah.
So
something's the magic's bleeding over, and that'll be fun to see, how they justify the change in rules and things like that, and how the magic has shifted.
Powerful magic, man. Powerful magic.
If you bring in Andalasia here.
I'm hoping that the new cast, and especially the family, gets a chance to shine, though, too.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the daughter's going to be a heavy focus. I imagine they're going to do a lot more themes about parenting and, like, because clearly there's aspects of it that feel like it's playing on, like, evil stepmother Cinderella.
Yeah.
And so I do want them to see a little bit more of that, like the difficulties of parenting.
Yeah, Cinderella
like,
thrust into the position of having to be mom and disciplinary.
Well, you have Giselle, who is a woman who comes from Disney fairy tale land, and then she has a daughter born in the real world. And so there's got to be a lot of butting heads over how they view things, wish fulfillment versus reality.
Well, and you can totally imagine Giselle trying to teach her just things like trying to summon animal friends to help you via song, and that maybe perhaps not working for her. Yeah, things like that.
So I'm looking forward to it. But guys, what do you think about Disenchanted trailer? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that bell. I think Little Mermaid dropped, so we gotta talk about that too.